the owner of Trump Burger restaurants now faces deportation.
Yikes! Have you seen this story? This is wild. Trump Burger owner faces potential deportation due to alleged immigration fraud. Department of Homeland Security confirms. I saw this headline. I've seen this floating around on the internet, and I got to looking into it, and man, I got a lot here. I'm not going to bore you with all of the sordid details, but let me tell you, it involves lawsuits. It involves claims with evictions that they couldn't find the guy, apparently. And in this exhibit, in this sworn court exhibit that they submitted to the court, it says, we have been notified that Roland Bainey, I don't know how to say this guy's last name, is currently detained by ICE and his green card has been revoked. He is no longer recognized as a leaseholder or authorized representative of Trump Burger LLC. So look, there's a whole bunch here and I want to talk about it, but let's generally just talk about what Trump Burger is in the first place. And also, I don't want to bury the lead here. This might not be a straight up immigration case. He might be getting kicked out of the country because he violated Donald Trump's trademark. He has been sent cease and desist letters from the Trump organization to change the name of his restaurant, to stop trading on Donald Trump's name and likeness in his restaurant, because he might confuse people that think that this restaurant is actually attached to or associated with the Trump organization. So I don't know, but he might be being kicked out. He might be being deported because of his refusal to abide by those cease and desist letters. But the overarching thing here, I mean, other than the weirdness of the culty Trump Burger, I mean, this is just like somebody puked up a Trump flag and it decorated in the space of a restaurant. It's very weird. The other element here is that there is a certain type of person, maybe. Certainly MAGA warps people's minds to think like this, that hypocrisy is A-okay, that there are rules that you must follow as an immigrant to this country, but I support Donald Trump, so I can do whatever I want. They emulate, they imitate, they replicate the attitudes and the ideas and the lifestyle of Donald Trump, that no rules apply to him, but they apply to all of you. I'll tell you what, here's a clip, here's a brief clip, fewer than 60 seconds, less than a minute, from the Channel 11, KHOU in Houston, doing a brief report about it to give you some background.
New tonight, KHOU 11 confirming the owner of Trump Burger restaurants, which has several locations in the Houston area, has been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and now faces deportation. ICE says Roland Bainey, a 28-year-old from Lebanon, overstayed his visa after entering the U.S. back in 2019. He was taken into custody in May and is now out on bond as he awaits immigration proceedings. In a statement sent to KHOU 11, an ICE spokesperson told us, quote, under the current administration, ICE is committed to restore integrity to our nation's immigration system by holding all individuals accountable who illegally enter the country or overstay the terms of their admission. This is true regardless of what restaurant you own or political beliefs you may have.
Now, the reason that this smacks to me of retribution against this person, one, if you're a Trump supporter, I really find it difficult to reach deep within myself and find empathy for you, because this is what you voted for. Donald Trump campaigned on mass deportation. Why would anybody think they would be special? They would be immune from the ramifications of Donald Trump's racist ideas to make a white ethno-state. Why does this Trump Burger owner from Lebanon believe that he would be special? It's the same thing you see with the Cubans in Miami who supported Donald Trump, the Venezuelans in Miami who supported Donald Trump, and now their families are being rounded up and sent to undisclosed locations before deportation. And they cry, oh, this is what we thought it would be different. Yeah, no one else thought it would be different. This is exactly what we thought it would be. But the reason that I think that it might be more retribution is this. This is one, a couple of things from the landlord who's explaining that this is not political at all. And then it gets into the Trump brand issues. The landlord says, Patterson, the landlord, Patterson has since leased the Kemah. It's a Texas area. They've like Bexar County looks like Bexar County. So I'm probably mispronouncing this. Somebody from Texas, correct me in the comments. The Kemah property to another tenant, has leased this property to another tenant who has renamed it MAGA Burger. Apparently that doesn't cause any problems. That's probably a good idea because lawyers for President Trump's private business, the Trump Organization, sent Trump Burger of Belleville a cease and desist on February 3rd. And this begins the saga. This begins a very possible reason that Donald Trump is having this person deported, uprooting this person's life because he has crossed the Trump Organization. The letter stated, quote, "We were surprised to learn that you have been flagrantly infringing upon the Trump Organization's valuable and well-established intellectual property right by operating at least 3 restaurants under the Trump name and brand." The letter included a reference to the Trump Burger location in Flatonia. Quote, "This use risks misleading the public into falsely believing that your business is affiliated with the Trump Organization or endorsed by our clients," the letter went on to say. The letter demanded that the business stop using the Trump name, brand, and trademarks, and to remove all references to the Trump name in all websites, social media, marketing, and communication materials. It also demanded a full accounting of all revenues generated directly or indirectly from your unlawful use of the Trump name, brand, or trademark. The letter concluded by saying the Trump Organization would pursue legal action if no action was taken. Well, it appears as though they most certainly took legal action, very possibly using the weight and force and width and breadth of the United States government and our immigration mechanisms to deport, to just remove the guy from the country, a Trump supporter. So again, I'll say this, it's not going to save you. First, let's have the message be to the media and complicit Democrats who continue to vote for Donald Trump's nominees and his legislation to advance his agenda. It's not going to save you. To the media, to Jake Tapper, kissing Donald Trump's ass by writing books, defamatory books about Joe Biden, it's not going to save you, brother. Donald Trump's, he's going to come for everybody eventually. He will sell his own family down the river. Do they get sold down the river? Well, he's getting sold. Yeah, I think that's probably a slave trade term that I probably shouldn't use now that I'm thinking about it, doing the math in my head. Donald Trump is not going to spare his wrath, his ire for anyone. He's coming for all of us. MAGA, non-MAGA, opponent, ally, it doesn't matter. Because his bloodlust will not be satiated. And this, look, I don't know. I would solicit opinions from you in the audience here about what is going on here. Obviously, it's possible that this is the case, but is it probable? Is it likely that that's what's happening here? Because these letters were not answered. That he did not change the name. He did not change the decor. And now he's being kicked out of the country. Don't know. Don't really care. Other than the fact that this is not how our government should operate, and no one should be punished by the federal government. Even MAGA morons, even members of the cult shouldn't be subjected to this. It's not how law works. It's not how justice works. The system should work the same for everyone across the board, whether you're in the cult or whether you're an opponent of the cult. Anyway, what do you think? I welcome you to this conversation. We can have it in the comments below this video. You can also call the voicemail line and leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054, or you can email me the old-fashioned way daily at dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work. keeping me in the ability to keep the lights on to read all of the court documents related to weird cases. Who knew this would be what I do, right? Anyway. I love and appreciate you very much. If you want to support the work, you can click the join button below. For $2 a month, become a channel member on YouTube. You can go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All those are great ways to help support the work. You can go to Dollemore.com, check out the merch that we sell, t-shirts and mugs and stickers, all kinds of stuff. All of it goes to supporting the work that we do and the content that we produce. I love and appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.